They wanted to see my shoes. I'm Stan the Annuity Man, mask. But see, when I wear a mask, I wear a mask. But I don't need a mask for this because I'm not too happy about something because I get a lot of calls like this. And first of all, producer, don't cough on me, don't tread on me. When I saw that shirt, I had to buy it. But let's talk about what's upsetting me. First of all, I'm Stan the Annuity Man. I'm America's annuity agent. I'm licensed in all 50 states. Yes, I do sell annuities. That's how I make my living. Now, I do consider myself the #1 educator on the planet when it comes to annuities because I do these YouTube videos every single day. I do a podcast every week. I do a blog every day. I write for major publications. I speak. I'm in it. I'm in this thing. When you call yourself Stan the Annuity Man, you've burnt the boat, right? But what I'm going to talk to you about today is what bothers me about the industry. And it bothers me about just not only the annuity industry, but advisors in the financial world in general. And what I'm really upset about is your agent should never be your friend, ever. I'm never going to be your friend, but I'm going to be the best damn advisor you've ever had. Why? Because I'm going to be brutally factual. I'm going to tell you if you need an annuity. I'm going to tell you if you don't need an annuity. I'm going to tell you how much money I think you should put in. I'm going to tell you if I think you're putting too much money in. I know the sales gods are looking down upon Stan the Annuity Man and said, don't do that. Please don't do that. In fact, one of my favorite things to do when you're running a quote for, say, an income quote, like a single premium immediate annuity, a deferred income annuity, a qualified longevity annuity contract, an income rider. When you want income, specific income, I like doing a reverse engineer quote, which means that we're going to use as little money as possible to provide the highest contractual guarantee for your specific situation. I'm not just going to accept you saying, hey, I'd like to put $400,000 in there. I'm going to say why. Why are you doing that? Now, getting back to the friend part, I'm not saying I'm going to be mean to you on the phone. I'm not. But we're never going to go golfing. We're never going to eat out together. And we're never going to exchange Christmas cards. Ever. But you're going to be so happy with how I do business. I'm brutally factual. I'm the walking middle finger of annuity truth. I have no problem being that person when it comes to money. And when it comes to money, you don't need friends to advise you. Unless it's like your son-in-law and he's starving and you want your daughter to have a nice house. That's the only excuse that I will give you. Other than that, if someone tries to be chummy with you and starts showing you all this stuff about their life and wants to know, that's garbage. Because what happens is that false trust will lead to mistakes with your money. It always happens. I always hear, well, Stan, I bought this annuity from a friend. Right then, I know it's going to be a problem. Right then, I know that they didn't do the due diligence. When you go in for surgery, when you go in to have heart surgery or brain surgery, or even, are you friends with your dentist? You can't be friends with your advisor, with your agent, with your annuity agent, especially your annuity agent, because your friend is probably going to sell you something you really don't need. Your friend is probably going to say, hey, this is the best one I think for you, Fred, because me and you are friends and I just think this is the best one. This is the best annuity. Annuities are commodities. You have to shop every single carrier for the best contractual guarantee for your specific situation and make the decision on your terms and on your time frame. Period. End of story. No friend, no dinner, no coffee, no gifts, no nothing. Period. Understand in the fixed annuity world, the indexed annuity world, the more you sell, you go on trips to Bora Bora in Italy, in Spain. You can take your wife, you can take your girlfriend, you can take anybody you want. But if somebody's showing you one product, that's not good. Because they're your friend. So if you have that relationship with a person that's your advisor, that's your friend, find another advisor. If you work with me, and I hope you do, and if you go to theannuityman.com, you can schedule a call with me. Is it going to be warm, fuzzy? No. Is it going to be factual? Yes. It's your money. You've worked hard for it. You don't need friends. You don't need any more friends. You want a friend, get a dog and stencil in annuity on the side of it. That will be your annuity friend. That'll be fantastic. So if I've done one thing, if you're if you're close to buying an annuity from a friend, then get a quote somewhere else. You will find out in most cases that you're being sold something by your friend, okay? And that goes with family. Don't do business with family either. No, I don't sell my mom annuities. She lives in St. Augustine, Florida. She's 80 years old. I wouldn't sell her an annuity if you put a loaded gun to my head. Same thing has to happen when you are dealing with friends, supposed friends, or someone you just met that's just too chummy on the phone. I'm never going to be chummy on the phone. I'm going to be factual. I'm going to quote all carriers, and I'm going to find you the best annuity on the planet. And with that, take that to the bank. Even when you go see your banker, they're not your friend either. You need experts in your life. You need to be surrounded by experts in your life. And that includes annuity people, right? I'll give you a story because this happens to me all the time. This is what creates the rants when I've just had it. But I got a call the other day from a really, really nice lady in Florida. I live in Florida and Nevada, but I get them from all over. But this one just happened to be from a lady in Orlando. And she was in her mid-70s. The first thing she said out of her mouth is, hey Stan, I saw your YouTube video and I wanted to run something by you because, our financial advisor, my husband and I went and saw him, and he's been a good friend for a long, long time. Right then, I said, stop. What is he trying to sell you? And she told me, in the product, I'm not going to get in the product because all products have their place, but in their situation, what they were trying to be sold was so unsuitable and so inappropriate, and the person should have literally lost their license for recommending it, but they didn't buy it. And that's the good thing, because they called me and said, does this make sense for us? Now, if I'm some sociopath that's just all about commissions, and yes, I am the top agent in the country. I do sell more than anybody when they're appropriate, okay? But in her situation, we're talking about a huge lump sum of money. She was wanting to put $600,000 into this annuity that was being pitched by her friend advisor. I said, absolutely not. If I'm a sociopath, I say, hey, I got a better annuity, give me the $600,000 and I'll do it. No. After the conversation, after going through all of my suitability questions, and really there's two major ones. What do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? And then the acronym I use is PIL. P stands for principal protection, I stands for income for life, L stands for legacy, and the other L stands for long-term care. After we went through that conversation, we determined that they really did not need an annuity. What they really needed was short-term certificates of deposit, CDs, of which I do not sell. And that's okay. Now, the other thing that the person was trying to sell her was some really high-expensed life insurance product, which, again, I went through the situation. What do you want the money contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? And we came to the conclusion that if they bought term life, they would get more death benefit for less money. Now, the agent's not going to like that, but who cares about the agent? Once again, it's not about the agent, it's about you. It's not about the agent, it's about your money. It's not about the agent, it's about your legacy. It's not about the agent, it's about your family. It's not about the agent, it's about the contractual guarantees and finding the best contractual guarantees on the planet. I hope I've made my point. I know that this is a rant, but it's an important rant to the public. With 10,000 baby boomers hitting retirement age every single day, there's a demographic tidal wave of baby boomers looking for contractual guarantees. Every industry has bad people, but when that type of momentum is coming into the annuity market and people are looking for guarantees, it's ripe for friend selling, it's ripe for buddy selling, it's ripe for, hey, let's go have a cup of coffee and play golf selling. I'm not putting that down, but you don't need to do that. You don't do that with your doctors, you don't do that with your surgeons, hopefully you don't do that with your CPAs. You definitely don't do it with annuity agents. I'd love to speak with you. Go to theannuityman.com and schedule a call with me. It'll be brutally factual. It will be enjoyable because it's brutally factual. There'll be no high pressure, and you will understand what you're considering and if it makes sense for you to either own annuity or not own annuity. My name is Stan the Annuity Man. I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man video.